Hello, welcome back to my channel Qubit Educational Services. In this video we are going to solve the last question from the mathematics section of NEST 2020 session 2. This question is based on vectors and properties of dot product. The question reads, let A bar, B bar and C bar be any three vectors then. And we are given four options, and remember that this is a multiple select questions. That means you can have two or even more than two options, correct? So we have to check the validity of each and every option. Now what I have done is I have started with the easiest one. So I have started with option 4, which says A bar will be equal to B bar if magnitude of A bar is equal to magnitude of B bar and A bar dot B bar is equal to 0. Now this is clearly not true, because if we want two vectors to be equal, it is not enough that their magnitudes are same. You should also have the vectors along the same line, okay? And if the vectors are along the same line, their dot product will never be equal to 0, because dot product is 0 of two non-zero vectors only when the vectors are perpendicular to each other. So option 4 is clearly not right, okay? Then let us go to 3. A bar, magnitude of A bar is equal to magnitude of B bar if A bar plus B bar dot A bar minus B bar is equal to 0. So here they are not asking for equality of vectors, but they are asking for the equality of their magnitudes, which is a bit less stringent constraint, okay? All right, now we will start with A bar plus B bar dot A bar minus B bar equal to 0, and by using the distributive properties and commutative property of the dot product, we'll get the following expression. A bar dot A bar is mod A bar squared minus A bar dot B bar plus B bar dot A bar minus B bar dot, well, magnitude of B bar squared, okay? Now because of the commutativity of the dot product, these two terms will get cancelled, right? Which will give us mod A bar squared equal to mod B bar squared, or mod A bar equal to mod B bar. So 3 is correct, right? Fourth one is incorrect, we had already proved it. Now let's go to second. A bar plus B bar plus C bar and C bar plus A bar are coplanar if A bar, B bar and C bar are coplanar. Now see, A bar plus B bar plus C bar and C bar plus A bar, all of them are linear combinations, aren't they? All of them are linear combinations of A bar, B bar and C bar, okay? And we know from our theorems that if we have three coplanar vectors, then any linear combination of them will also be coplanar with not only the original vectors but also with other linear combinations, okay, where alpha, beta and gamma are real scalars. So that also confirms that option 2 is also right. Let us now see whether option 1 is correct. Now to check whether option 1 is correct, I have two methods. You can select any one of the methods that you find convenient. First, let me explain the intended way to solve this problem. A bar dot B bar plus B bar dot C bar plus C bar dot A bar is 0 if A bar, B bar and C bar are unit vectors with A bar plus B bar plus C bar equal to a null vector. Alright, now we will first write down the condition that is given to us. A bar plus B bar plus C bar is a null vector, or we can write C bar as minus A bar minus B bar, or if I take the negative sign common, negative A bar plus B bar. Let us now go to the expression given to us. A bar dot B bar plus B bar dot C bar plus C bar dot A bar. Now as I said, this problem is based on the properties of the dot product, okay? And we know that dot product distributes over addition. So we can take C bar here, and in the bracket we can write dot B bar plus A bar, and this C bar can now be replaced by negative of A bar plus B bar, okay? We will keep the first term as it is, okay? And this C bar has now been replaced by minus A bar plus B bar, and now we know that vector addition is commutative, so B bar plus A bar can be written as A bar plus B bar. Alright, yes. Now let us multiply A bar plus B bar using dot product and A bar plus B bar, okay? So it will be A bar dot A bar plus A bar dot B bar plus B bar dot A bar plus B bar dot B bar. Now A and B as well as C are unit vectors, so A bar dot A bar will be 1, B bar dot B bar will also be 1, okay? Now again use commutativity, so B bar dot A bar will be equal to A bar dot B bar, so I have written this as to a bar dot b bar, and observe that every term inside the bracket will be negative due to this. I mean, it will have this negative sign. Okay, fine. Now -1 makes it -2, and a bar dot b bar, which we already had here, -2 a bar dot b bar will be minus a bar dot b bar. Okay, now the last thing, let us take the negative sign outside. Okay, so inside we will have 2 plus a bar dot b bar. Now observe that because these are unit vectors, a bar and b bar, okay, because they are unit vectors, the least value that a bar plus a bar dot b bar can have is -1, because cos theta's least value is -1, and the maximum value that it can the dot product can have is +1. Okay, because a bar dot b bar is mod a bar mod b bar cos theta, and because we know these values which are equal to 1, we need to consider the range of cos theta for finding the least and the greatest value of a bar dot b bar. Okay, now we have 2 here. Okay, so even if we subtract or even if we add the smallest number, we are never going to get 0. Okay, which means the given expression can never be equal to 0, and therefore option 1 is not right. Okay, now this is the intended way to solve the problem. Now let me tell you how we can solve it otherwise. All right, now what we are going to do is we are going to assign I cap to a bar. Okay, and we are going to call that vector as OP bar. So this is our a bar. Okay, the vector PQ bar is b bar, and I have considered this as an equilateral triangle, so it's not difficult to see that PQ bar, okay, which is a vector along this line, it will have components -1/2 and √3/2. Because this is 120, this will be 60, so you can very easily determine the components. Okay, remember PQ bar is a unit vector, it's p bar. Okay, now by the triangle law, what can we say? We can say that OP bar plus PQ bar is equal to OQ bar. Yes, so we need to take C bar as QO bar, because the addition of the 3 vectors is a null vector. Okay, now we are going to evaluate this expression. If we manage to show that this expression is not 0, our job is done. Okay, because even one counter example is enough to disprove the validity. All right, now what is a bar dot b bar? A bar is I cap and b bar is -1/2 I plus √3/2j. So a bar dot b bar will be -1/2. Okay, now let us go to b bar dot c bar. B bar dot c bar will be equal to 1/4, and these are having positive and negative signs, so it will be -3/4. Okay, now last is c bar dot a bar. A bar doesn't even have j component, so it will be 1 into -1/2 or -1/2. Now add these 3, you will not get 0, you will get -3/2, which means even if we are having a bar, b bar, c bar as unit vectors with this condition, a bar dot b bar plus b bar dot c bar plus c bar dot a bar will never be equal to 0. Okay, so we have now solved all 15 questions from the session 2 of the NEST 2020. All the best for your upcoming NEST, and I hope you will be able to make it through the examination. All the best, and keep watching my channel for more interesting and useful videos. Thank you.